Hey everyone, it's Gabriel here, and in this video, I'm going to be reacting and breaking down one of my favorite all-time ad on YouTube. And I'm breaking this down so that you too can learn how to create million-dollar ads for your own business. And that's something that I've been obsessed over the past few years, and that's the reason why my agency has been able to create ads that have generated over $100 million in revenue. Now, I believe that one of the best way to learn is by modeling the best, which is why in my free time, I like to watch advertisement and I like to break down line by line, scene by scene, what makes this ad great and what's causing it to get people to like it, not just like it, but to take action. And the ad I'm breaking down today has generated nearly 200 million views on YouTube alone. I believe, based on my experience and calculation, it might have generated around $100 million in revenue. And I believe that we all can learn something from this. So before I dive right into this video, I really appreciate if you can give this video an early thumbs up so that you help this channel out. And if you're new to this channel, welcome. This is a channel for entrepreneurs who wants to have it all. Every week I post videos on business and investing advice, how I achieve optimal health, hacking my happiness level, and creating a happy marriage, and productivity hacks to do more with less. So if you're interested in any of this topic, do consider subscribing to this channel. So the ad that I'm going to review today is actually done by a US agency, and they are known as the Herman Brothers. I personally admire them a lot, and I always watch a lot of their ads. And they are the mastermind behind a lot of viral ads around social media, such as Squatty Potty, Fiber Fix, even ClickFunnels. I personally love their ads because they are not a branding ad, but more of a direct response ad. And it's funny, it's entertaining, and it gets people to take action. So just a quick recap from one of my previous video, that there are two types of ads. There's branding ads and there's direct response ad. Now, branding ads are for big companies with multi-million-dollar budget, such as Nike, Coca-Cola, Apple. They create ad that looks good, feel good, but it doesn't get people to take immediate action because they don't care about the immediate return. And these are ads created just for the purpose of brand recall. And one of the biggest mistakes that people do is that they try to model big companies like that. But the problem is that for small businesses like us, we need to be able to spend $1 on ad, and we want to get back $2 immediately in order for us to have a positive return so that we can reinvest back into our ad campaign and scale the business. We don't have multi-million-dollar budget or billion-dollar budget like these big companies. And in order to do that, we cannot create a branding ad. Instead, what we need is another type of ads called direct response ad. With direct response ad, because it is created to get people to take action immediately, which means that once people see the ad, it is highly likely that a percentage of people will buy something, therefore giving you an immediate return on your ad budget. So the ad I'm revealing today is a direct response ad, and I believe is one of the most watched direct response ads on YouTube. This ad has generated nearly 200 million views on YouTube. And based on my experience running ads, one view can be worth about 10 cents in revenue to about 50 cents in revenue. And especially if you know how to monetize it. We know that because we have ran several campaigns for our clients. For example, there was an ad campaign that we ran and we have generated about 4 million views. And that video alone, we were able to track about 2 million revenue that came from that campaign. Another ad that we ran, we managed to generate about 8 million views. And that video alone, we were able to track about 1 million revenue that came from that ad alone. This means that with 200 million views, this ad has at least generated $20 million in sales, which I don't believe so. I believe it's close to the 100 million range because these are the experts, they know what they're doing, and the response is amazing. If you look at the comments, people love this ad. So if you haven't watched this ad, you might want to head over to the link in the description. I'll put it below so that you can watch it first and then come back. Now, I'm going to be playing this ad and I'll break down each part. So please watch this with an open mind, because I always get people telling me two things. The first thing is that they will say, Gabriel, I don't sell mattress, so how would this be relevant to me? And I always have to repeat myself that I don't sell mattress too, okay? But you see, whatever you're selling, the psychology of sales and marketing is the same. So I can use a framework that sells ad mattress to sell real estate or sell financial products. It doesn't really matter on what is the actual thing you're selling, but the framework is usually the same. And that always scares people away because they think that they need this kind of big production budget, they need actors, they need professional producers in order to make their ad work. And that's so far from the truth. I personally believe that all this production is just 20% of the success, but 80% comes from the script and how you script the entire ad. I actually have a student who also created a mattress ad in Singapore that has generated $300,000 in a month. And they did it with just a smartphone. In fact, I reviewed the ad before, so I'll put a link in the description. And you will see how low quality that ad is, but the ad works because of the script, not because of the production. So watch this with an open mind. Even if you don't sell mattress, I believe there's something you can learn from this so that you can create ad for your own business. And the second thing is that it's not about the production, it is about how you script your ad. So without further ado, let's get started and let's review this ad.
What's a super easy way to tell that your bed is awful? The raw egg test. Let me prove it.
All right, so just want to pause here a bit because if you watch one of our previous video on our ad framework, the first thing that you want to do is always to catch people's attention, right? You want to grab people's attention with an attention grabbing hook. So in this example, the first 7 seconds was basically a lady who looks like Goldilocks, and she was asking a very simple question. What was the question again? The question is,
What's a super easy way to tell that your bed is awful?
right, what's a super easy way to tell your bed is awful? So there's visual part of this, right, where when you watch this, right, that question will intrigue you. The second thing is that because you'll be thinking, why is there a Goldilocks character, in front of a bed? So an attention grabbing hook can also be done visually, okay?
The raw egg test.
Let's just continue.
Let me prove it.
And the other thing is they said this thing called a raw egg test, which kind of hooks you in because you have no idea what this is about, and most likely you will continue watching.
Let me prove it. When it comes to math,
All right, so basically that's the hook. This is a slightly longer hook. The hook itself takes about 24 seconds. Normally I like to keep hook within 10 seconds, but again, they're the experts here. And of course, this is a high production budget. They were able to do all that fanciful stuff. But again, you can do it without all this fanciful equipment and this whole entire setup. You can do attention grabbing hook just by saying a few sentences or just by using some visuals, which again, I have break down one of my students' ad, which is another mattress ad, surprisingly, and it was just done with a smartphone, okay? So that's basically the hook of the video to grab your attention so that you'll continue watching the rest of the video.
when it comes to mattresses, you used to only have 3 choices. Looking for some shoulder pain? Try a hard mattress. Oh, it may feel like a rock and put pressure on your hips, but it's the perfect way to tell your partner, hey baby, want some arthritis?
Okay, so I'm gonna pause it right there. So right after the hook of every video, you want to start going into the problem, all right? The problem of the always, right? So for example, if you're trying to achieve a comfortable, good night's sleep, right? What are some of the ways that you are doing right now, that you're trying right now, that doesn't work anymore? So it's something that I teach in my class called the pain of the old way, right? So if you're trying to teach people about weight loss, right, then you want to throw stone and all the things that they are doing right now that's not getting them the results that they want, right? So in this example, they are breaking down what are some of the old ways of getting a good night's sleep, which is hard mattress, and later they will go on to the soft mattress and all kinds of stuff. And basically, this whole entire section is breaking down the problem and the pain of the old way, okay?
It just fails the raw egg test. Then there's the soft mattress. It starts out okay, but collapses over time, like some cheap sneakers or Anakin Skywalker. And since it comes without back support, you get to try cool new hobbies, like chronic pain. But it also fails the raw egg test. Now let me explain the egg.
All right, so what's amazing right now is that they're still at the part where they're explaining about the pain of the old ways, right? So, hard bed, soft bed, and this too doesn't support your pressure point. And what they're trying to explain right now is this thing called unique mechanism, right? Basically, do you have a bed that supports your pressure point? And this is what we as copywriters, we actually have this unique term called unique mechanism. Is basically what, later on when we explain our solution, the unique mechanism is what differentiates our solution from other solution out there. There's something I learned called a scale of measurement. Basically, what they're trying to let you understand is that there's this thing called raw egg test, right? So whether does your bed pass the raw egg test, and that is the scale. They're educating you on how do you measure a good bed. So whatever you're trying to sell, you can actually come up with a unique mechanism and then a scale of measurement of how you measure something. So for example, if you're selling property investment, real estate investment, then you want to introduce a scale, a unique mechanism of how you measure what is considered a good property to buy and what is considered a bad property to buy. And then that's where you can break down what are some of the properties that you shouldn't buy and what are some of the properties you should buy. And in order to do that, they need to understand how to measure it, right? How to measure good or bad. So what they're trying to do right now is introducing a unique mechanism as well as a scale measurement of how you measure a good bed and a bad bed.
Eggs. The raw egg test states that the perfect bed will let you put weight on raw eggs without breaking them. Because if a bed can cradle raw eggs while supporting all that weight, it'll also cradle your pressure points while supporting your body for maximum comfort. Well, if the hard bed's bad at cradling and the soft bed's bad at supporting, at least the medium bed is just terrible. It's not firm enough for back support or soft enough for your pressure points. So in the end, it's just a sad middle ground, like limbo or a wussy centaur.
Okay, so they've already taken about 1 minute to explain the problem, right, and the pain of the old ways before moving on, I believe, into the solution, right? And I wanted to pause here because I realized that for Herman Brothers Ad, they have a certain signature. Every single sentence that they say, they will end it, or every single paragraph, they will end it with a joke, right, humor. And I think that's an amazing way of educating your audience and selling to your audience, because humor is the best way to get people to let their guard down. So when people watch an ad and they are entertained by it and they are laughing at it, they let their guard down, and therefore the chances of them buying something is a lot higher, right? Because they are not defensive. Okay, so that's something to think about, whether you can add humor into your ad. It's not easy. We have been trying to add humor in our ads for the longest time. It really depends on what's humorous or what's funny in a certain context, or if let's say you have a product that is localized, then there's certain joke that will be funny to people in that nation, versus, this is more for like the US crowd, and many of the jokes that they use may not be as funny to people in our country, for example. So someone actually did share with us that if you want to add humor into your ad, it might be wise to consult a comedian, right? A local comedian who has been testing scripts, and because they are the expert in creating jokes. So you might want to hire a comedian just for like a consultation purposes, and there's a lot of local comedians that you can find in your own local country, and pay them a small amount of money for an hour to review your script and to add some jokes in your script. So we have not done that yet, but that's actually the advice that was given to us from people who have created acts like this.
It's average. No one wants average. Now, to get around that, some beds come with $5,000 remotes, so you can choose between hard bed problems or soft bed problems. They're so high-tech, they failed the raw egg test twice. I don't need a bed that's hard, soft, or average. I need the best of firm and soft without the drawbacks. Introducing Purple.
All right, so as you can see right now, what they're simply doing is they're trying to throw stone at all the things that doesn't work, right? Soft bed, hard bed, medium bed, and all these different beds doesn't support your pressure point, which is the unique mechanism. And definitely from there, they will start introducing the solution, right? So same thing, whatever you're selling, for example, if you're selling weight loss, then you want to start throwing stone at what are the diets that doesn't work, right? So traditionally, people who want to lose weight, they will eat lesser, right? Then you explain, well, if you eat lesser, it might cause your body to go into survival mode where it will not burn as much fat. And if it's not burning as much fat, then what will happen is that later on, even if you lose weight, you'll rebound. Things like that. So what you're simply doing is you're throwing stone at all the you're throwing stone at your enemies, and you're throwing stone at all the ways that doesn't work, and you're explaining the pain of the old way. And then introducing a unique mechanism before introducing your solution. So of course their solution right now is the Purple mattress.
The only mattress that cradles your pressure points like a soft bed while supporting everywhere else like a firm one. Need proof? Let's check. Double check. Triple check. All the checks. And I'm really heavy for a little girl from a fairy tale.
Right, so as you can see earlier, I've mentioned that when they were explaining about the prompt, right, they were introducing this thing called scale of measurement. How do you even measure what's a good or bad bid? Because the general public will not know how to do that, because you are the expert in your industry. So if you are a financial expert, for example, you will know how to pick the right stocks. You will have a certain measurement of how you measure an undervalued stock or an overvalued stock, right? This is basically something that the general public will not understand, and therefore you are, in a way, you're educating them that measurement so that they understand what is good or bad before introducing them your solution. And obviously your solution based on your measurement is good. Okay, so that's what they did for their Purple mattress, where this Purple mattress passed the raw egg test, where the soft, hard, and the medium bed doesn't pass.
Yes, these eggs are raw, and no, we didn't fake it. How lame would that be? You're lame for thinking that. How can a bed be this comfortable? Maybe because it has 15 patents, was created by an actual rocket scientist, and uses a comfort grid system to distribute weight across any body type, giving you the best sleep you've ever had.
Okay, so the framework is very simple. Hook, problem, and then solution, right? So pain of the old way, and then benefit of the new way, which is the solution. So the new way is Purple mattress. And usually after that, we will start going into this thing called credibility. So as you can see there was just one simple sentence, but that one simple sentence builds credibility. Because once you've introduced your solution, you already shared your pain of the old way, and you have introduced a solution, you're going to get people asking, why would I trust you, right? Who are you that I can trust you? And this is where they introduce a short sentence to share the credibility of how this bed has multiple patents, as well as invented by a rocket scientist, right? And using whatever system, and that gives you the best night's sleep. Now, how can you use this in your industry? So same thing, if you are, let's say, a weight loss expert, then you want to use this opportunity to share under the credibility part. You want to share how many years of experience you have done, or perhaps you have spent trial and error, spend thousands of dollars to do trial and error to invent a specific way to lose weight, and you have helped thousands of clients lose weight without something. Okay, so without the objection they're facing. So there are many ways to introduce credibility: introducing your achievement, introducing the results that you have gotten for your clients, as well as the years of experience that you have. So even though they're selling mattress, there's something that we can learn from this. And basically the framework so far is attention grabbing hook, introduce the problem, right, and the pain of the problem, and then solution, and then credibility.
Guaranteed. Thanks, science. Now, there's a catch. Most high-end mattresses cost $5,000, but ours is only $1,000. We're sorry about that. We're the best. But you can spend that extra money on, I don't know, an adorable baby bear.
Okay, so once again, they added humor. Every single paragraph, they will add in a humor so that it will lower the gut of the viewers that's watching. But what's interesting right now is that they are moving on to the next segment of the ad, which is actually a call to action. So they are basically offering the offer right now, which is most beds are $5,000, but you can get this at $1,000. So this is the part where you introduce your offer, where, for example, if you are a real estate consultant, then you want to offer a one-on-one free call. But instead of just saying free, you can say that this call, usually you would charge $1,000 or $2,000 for this call, but right now you can apply to get it for free. So basically, whenever you're making an offer, you also want to state the value of your offer so that people can see the value rather than just telling people it's free. So in this example, they didn't just tell you the bed is $1,000, right? They first say that it's worth $5,000 because most bed out there is $5,000, but you can get it for $1,000. So you can see the price difference. So that means whatever you're offering, you want to always introduce the value of the offer first before sharing them the real price.
Don't let it on the mattress, though. It will pee all over it. And while you're saving money, you'll save time, too. Because we're shipping Purple right to your door for free. Thank you. Now I have 2. We're so convinced you'll love Purple. If it doesn't change your life in the first 100 nights, we'll take it back for a complete refund. That's the Purple no pressure guarantee.
So right now they're introducing this thing called a guarantee, and a guarantee is not new to most of us, but a guarantee is part of creating an irresistible offer. So the difference between a product and an offer is that a product is you're just talking about a product, but an offer is a combination of a few things to make the product even more irresistible. And part of it is having some sort of a guarantee, where, for example, 100-night no pressure guarantee, where you can refund the money back. So when it comes to selling an e-commerce product, it will make sense to give a 100-night no question asked money back guarantee. But when it comes to, let's say, a one-on-one consultation, think about what other ways you can add in guarantee that is not a refund guarantee, right? Because if you're selling a services, then it's hard for you to do a refund. Let's say, for example, if you're selling an agency services, right, you're helping people generate leads, then what you can do is that instead of a money back guarantee, you can use a different kind of guarantee where you can say you only pay when you receive customers, right? When we generate customers for you, pay only when you receive customers from our marketing campaign, right? Do not pay if our campaigns don't get you result. That's example of a form of guarantee. You can do action-based guarantee. For example, if you are in the weight loss, then again, a 90-day action-based guarantee that if you follow our framework step by step within 30 days and you don't see results, you get your money back. So all these are different ways that you can introduce guarantee, and you'll make your offer even more irresistible.
So if you or someone you love sleeps, click here to buy your Purple at onpurple.com.
Okay, so this is the part where they introduce the call to action, right? Click on the link around this video, below this video, to sign up now to get this free stuff right now, to buy this stuff right now. This is something simple, but it's so important to do. We find that there are people who don't have call to action in their ads. And when you have no call to action in ads, you don't get people to take action. And so we have also tested that the ad with call to action has a 30% higher conversion just by saying a simple sentence called click on the link around this video. You may assume that some people know what to do. You may assume that some people know that they should, if they want, they will click. But just by simply telling them to click now, you will get 30% higher conversion. I don't see why not. Okay, so the first call to action is click on the link around this video, and of course they put in the URL in case some people want to put in this URL into the domain by itself.
And say goodbye to the rock-hard prison bed, the saggy swamp bed, the average bed, and the expensive remote.
Right, so this part is basically breaking all the false belief again and all the objections and all the pain of the old ways again, because people generally respond to pain than to pleasure, right? So people tend to avoid pain than to gain pleasure. They will do more to avoid pain than to gain pleasure. So what we are simply trying to do here is to share, when you have our product, when you have our solution, you can say goodbye to all this pain number 1, pain number 2, pain number 3, right? So if you get our one-on-one course, then you will say goodbye to, figuring out, studying the stock market, spending time reading. So say goodbye to reading boring charts and financial reports, which a lot of people do not want to do. Say goodbye to information overwhelm with the stock market. Say goodbye to having a rebound in your weight with diets that doesn't work. So these are all examples of pain that people want to get rid of. So what you're simply trying to do here is to paint a picture that once you have our offer and our solution, you can say goodbye to all these pains.
Get yourself into a purple. And mom and pop, it's not the 1940s. Share a bed already. And make sure it's a purple, because you guys have been sleeping in garbage. Click now to start your 100-night trial of Nocturnal Bliss. No pressure. It's purple.
Action.
Need proof?
Lift blast.
See, those are real eggs. Not hard-boiled, not plastic, not wooden.
Alright, so what they just did is that they ended with an outro. Generally, when we have an ad after the call to action, you don't want to end the ad right away, right? Because it takes some time for some people to consider whether they want to click on the link or not. So you want to still leave about the next 5 to 10 seconds for people to have an opportunity to click, because if the ad ends, generally on places like YouTube, once the ad ends, it will play the next ad, or it will start playing the next video, and people will get distracted. So you want to give people some chance to click on the link, and therefore this is what we call an outro. So generally for an outro, you can do something funny, right? So so that people have time to click on it. For this example, they were doing a callback to the unique mechanism, which is the raw egg test, and some people thinking that the egg might be fake. So that's where they use the outro to show that these eggs are real. So that's a very smart way to link back to the unique mechanism to further strengthen why this bait is awesome because of the raw egg test. For us, sometimes we just use a simple blooper so that we make the ad funny towards the end, again to lower people's gut and hopefully increase the chance of them clicking on the ad. So that's all for this simple 3 minutes ads. I'm going to do a quick recap of the formula for what we have broken down. So the first thing is start off an ad always with an attention grabbing hook, right? For them, they use visuals as well as a question to hook and grab people's attention. The next thing is that educate people on the problem and the pain of the old way. This is where you want to throw stone at your enemies, throw stone at all the old ways that doesn't work, that's not getting the results that your audience want. And then introduce your solution, right? Why your solution is unique. Usually you have to share something called a unique mechanism that makes your solution unique from the other solution out there. So that's where you want to move into credibility. Why should they trust you? Backed by years of experience, backed by years of research, backed by tons of results that you have generated for your clients and for your customers. So those are examples of credibility. And then from there, you want to go into the offer, right? Because they have already watched the ad so far, they're convinced right now, but what are you offering them? So the offer is buy now, sign up for a free consultation. And remember, whenever you share an offer, always share the value of the offer, right? So this consultation is worth $3,000. You can apply to get it for free right now. Or this program is worth $3,000, but you can get it for $500 right now. So you always want to share the value of the offer first before offering the price. And then that's where you want to move into a call to action, that if you want to get this offer, click on the link around this video. Remember that a call to action will always get more conversion than video without a call to action. After the first call to action, what they did was they further reinforced all the pains that you will get rid of if you get this offer. So that further reinforced why they should get this offer right now. And then a second call to action to get people to take action right now before an outro. So this framework is basically a framework that we also use for a lot of our ads. Although for our ads, some parts we might go deeper, some parts we might break down even further. But generally, the framework is the same, whether we're selling real estate, whether we're selling financial planning, whether we're selling weight loss and diet, and even wellness and spa and hair salon. Whatever it is, we always use this framework for our clients, and our students are using this exact same framework to run campaigns for their business. So hopefully you gain something from this video, and if you're creating a video ad, whether you're using a production house or you're just creating it with your smartphone, if you follow this framework, you're gonna see a higher chance of your ad achieving higher conversion than an ad without using a framework like this. Because this framework is universal and we have personally used this framework for all kinds of industries. Let me know if this video is of value to you and what is your biggest takeaway in the comment section below. And if you enjoy content like this, let me know as well so that I can do more ad breakdown for you guys. Remember to give this video a thumbs up to support this channel and consider subscribing if you enjoy the content today. So that's all I have for you today. Bye for now.